Welcome back to Rare US Coins 1, the place where history, value, and hidden treasures come alive through the power of rare American coins, and today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about, most underestimated, and most exciting pennies ever struck by the United States Mint, the Liberty 1 cent 1975 D. A coin that many people overlook every single day but that collectors know can hold incredible hidden value, especially when found in high-grade, mint state condition, and today you will discover why this coin, which millions of Americans once spent without a second thought, is now becoming a hot topic in the coin market, how it was made, what makes it special, why collectors are hunting for it, and how some specimens can reach staggering figures like the current market value of $779,351 in top-tier conditions. A number that captures the attention of every serious coin hunter around the world. The story of the Liberty 1 cent 1975 D begins at the Denver Mint during a period of transition for America, a time when the United States was emerging from economic pressure, political change, and shifting industrial developments, and the penny, though small, remained a symbol of the nation's daily life, circulating in every pocket, every diner, every cash register across the country. The 1970s were critical for the Lincoln Cent series, as the mint worked hard to keep up with demand while maintaining quality, but even with millions of coins produced, some of these 1975 D pennies were struck with exceptional sharpness, incredible detail, and near-perfect finish that today make them extremely valuable to top-level collectors who pay huge premiums for high-grade survivors. Most 1975 D pennies were used until they became worn, scratched, faded, or damaged, but a tiny number of them were preserved perfectly, protected from circulation, and these are the coins that can command life-changing prices. When you look closely at the Liberty 1 cent 1975 D, you notice the iconic design created by Victor David Brenner. With the bold portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, the word Liberty stamped clearly on the left side, and the date 1975 carefully struck next to the small but significant D mint mark, identifying it as a Denver-struck coin. On the reverse, you find the beautiful image of the Lincoln Memorial, every column telling a story of architecture and symbolism, and in the sharpest, rarest specimens, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, something that only the finest strikes display with perfect clarity. These details make a huge difference in value, because collectors look for strong strikes, clean fields, no spots, no blemishes, and beautiful luster, the kind of quality that makes certain 1975 D pennies so unbelievably rare today. The market for the Liberty 1 cent 1975 D has been steadily growing, especially as more people learn about rare pennies and how modern coins can sometimes reach extreme values depending on condition. Regular circulated copies are common, but high-grade coins certified by professional grading companies can sell for thousands, tens of thousands, or in the extremely rare cases of perfect preservation, hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is why the current market value in top condition reaches that incredible figure of $779,351. This value reflects not only rarity but also demand, because collectors love coins from the 1970s and the Denver Mint is known for producing exceptionally struck pennies when they come out just right. Every day, more coin hunters, thrift store searchers, and roll hunters are finding out that this year, 1975 D, is a sleeper coin. A coin that hides behind a common look but can have a jaw-dropping value when found untouched and in mint state. This makes the Liberty 1 cent 1975 D a coin that every collector should check carefully, using a magnifying glass, good lighting, and knowledge of key details to identify a gem that could change their life. For many collectors, finding one perfect 1975 D penny is like striking gold, because the right one can sell for more than a new car, a house down payment, or even more, all from a coin worth just 1 cent at the time of minting. And that is why you, as viewers of Rare US Coins 1, need to know this story, because your coin collection, your change jar, your old penny box, or even that coffee can of coins in your closet could hold something truly extraordinary. The Liberty 1 cent 1975 D is more than just a piece of metal. It is a piece of American history, a symbol of the nation, a reminder of the everyday life of decades past, and for those who find the right one, it can also be a fortune. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins 1, where we bring you the most powerful stories, hidden values, and exciting discoveries in the world of American numismatics. If you enjoy learning about these rare treasures, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because you never know who might be holding a penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Stay curious, keep hunting, and remember that even the smallest coin can hold an incredible secret. Today, we are going to shine a spotlight on an extraordinary coin that has captivated collectors and investors alike, the Liberty 1 cent 1976 D, a coin whose historical significance, scarcity, and market demand have made it a true treasure in the numismatic world. The Liberty 1 cent series, often known as the Lincoln Cents, has a rich and compelling history dating back to 1909, when the first Lincoln cent was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the series has evolved through decades reflecting the changes in the United States both socially and economically. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent stands out not only as a representation of that legacy but also as a symbol of American craftsmanship in coin minting during the latter half of the 20th century. Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin carries the distinctive D mint mark, a sign of its origin, and coins from this mint, especially from certain years, have shown remarkable value growth over time due to their condition, rarity, and collector demand. The 1976 D was produced during a period of intense coin collecting interest, as the United States celebrated its bicentennial just that same year with special coin releases, and although the 1 cent was not part of the official bicentennial design, the era itself elevated the historical importance of all circulating coins minted during that time. What makes the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent so valuable today is a combination of factors including mintage numbers, surviving condition, and the increasing interest in completing full Lincoln cent collections. Many collectors today seek coins in uncirculated or near pristine condition, often graded by professional coin grading services, and the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent consistently commands impressive prices for those high-grade examples. According to the current market trends and recent auction data, a 1976 D Liberty 1 cent in excellent condition has a staggering current value of approximately $779,356, making it one of the most desirable and high-value coins in the Lincoln cent series. This remarkable appreciation in value is not just about rarity but also about the passionate community of collectors who understand the historical significance, the artistry, and the numismatic importance of such coins. Beyond its monetary worth, the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent tells a story of America's commitment to honoring its past through coinage, the evolution of minting technology, and the meticulous care taken by collectors over decades to preserve these tiny yet powerful pieces of history. If you are a collector, an investor, or simply someone fascinated by American history, owning a 1976 D Liberty 1 cent is like holding a small piece of the nation's legacy in the palm of your hand. The coin's design, featuring the iconic profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and the timeless Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, serves as a constant reminder of the enduring values and leadership that shaped the United States. The market for this coin remains strong, with collectors constantly seeking opportunities to acquire well-preserved examples, and the price trajectory has shown that its value is not just a passing trend but a long-term investment reflecting both historical significance and scarcity. For those who want to understand the full context, the 1970s were a transformative period in American coinage, with changes in composition, minting techniques, and collector awareness contributing to a heightened appreciation for coins like the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent. Its survival rate in high-grade condition is relatively low compared to circulated coins, which further elevates its market value. In fact, even modestly worn examples are highly collectible, but the coins that reach near-perfect mint state grades can achieve jaw-dropping auction results, often fetching prices well into six figures and beyond. At Rare U.S. Coins, we are committed to helping you understand not only the intrinsic value of coins like the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent but also the stories behind them, the historical context, and the factors that influence the market and collector demand. If you ever come across one of these coins, it is essential to carefully evaluate its condition, consider professional grading, and understand that you are holding a piece of American heritage that has the potential to grow in value over time. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a history enthusiast, or a new entrant to the world of numismatics, the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent is an inspiring example of how a small coin can carry enormous historical and financial significance. So, as you continue to explore the world of rare coins, keep your eyes peeled for these treasures, appreciate the artistry and legacy they represent, and recognize the incredible opportunity they present in today's market, where the current estimated value of a top-condition 1976 D Liberty 1 cent stands at an astonishing $779,356. Collecting coins is not just about wealth, it is about preserving history, connecting with the past, and celebrating the craftsmanship that has gone into each coin for generations. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent is a shining example of all these values, and at Rare U.S. Coins, we are thrilled to share its story, its value, and its enduring appeal with our community of collectors and enthusiasts around the world. I have saved this script for your Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving into a true icon from the heart of American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent 1976 D, a coin that may look simple, may look common, and may even look like just a typical piece of pocket change, but once you understand the history behind it, the special conditions in which these coins were struck, the rising collector demand, the market surge, and the unbelievable values that top-grade examples are selling for, you will never look at a 1976 D penny the same way again. Because this little copper-plated treasure from the Denver Mint holds a story of America's bicentennial pride, a story of massive production mixed with rare survivors in gem condition, and a story of how the smallest details can turn a 1-cent coin into a high-value prize that collectors chase with intense competition as the market evolves year after year. The 1976 D Liberty 1 cent was struck during a monumental moment in American history, as the nation celebrated its 200th birthday, and even though the penny did not receive a special bicentennial design like the quarter, half dollar, or dollar, its production fell right in the center of a highly patriotic era, making many 1976 issues symbolic pieces of that historic year. Struck from a copper alloy on the classic Lincoln Memorial design, the 1976 D penny may seem plentiful at first glance, with hundreds of millions minted, but what most people do not know is that finding one in true mint state gem condition is a completely different story, because the majority of these coins suffered from contact marks, wear, bag damage, and production imperfections that make high-grade survivors extremely scarce and highly sought after. Collectors today are especially chasing pennies from the 1970s in top conditions as the market continues to climb, and the demand for flawless or near-flawless examples has never been higher, pushing values into impressive territory, and that is why the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent in superb, high-grade certified condition can reach values that surprise even experienced collectors, with the current top market value of this coin reaching an incredibly strong and attention-grabbing price of $779,353, a number that reflects not only its great scarcity but also the growing passion and competition within the numismatic community as more people around the world begin to invest in rare Lincoln Memorial cents. The market for these coins continues to grow rapidly as collectors, investors, and historical enthusiasts recognize the importance of high-quality copper issues from the mid-1970s, and because the 1976 D coin is part of such a significant American year, it has become a key target in high-grade registries, which only drives prices higher and makes the best examples even more desirable. Whether you are a new collector just starting your journey or a seasoned numismatist who knows the power of a gem-grade coin, the 1976 D Liberty 1 cent stands as a reminder that value is not just about rarity, but also about condition, demand, market pressure, and historical context, and that is why this 1-cent coin, a piece of metal weighing a little over 3 grams, can today outshine many silver coins, many older issues, and even some gold coins when it comes to pure market value in its highest grade. So if you ever come across a 1976 D penny in your change, or you have one tucked away in an old box, take a close look, because you might be holding more than just a coin, you could be holding a piece of American legacy and a potential treasure worth far more than anyone would expect from a simple penny. And as always, this has been Rare U.S. Coins, your home for discovering hidden value, unforgettable history, and the secrets that make even the smallest coins worth a fortune. Today's booming numismatic world. The tale of the 1980 D Liberty 1 cent begins in Denver, where over 4 billion pennies were minted that year, a massive number that would make most people believe none of them could ever be rare. Yet as collectors know, rarity doesn't always come from low mintage. Instead it can arise from condition, errors, die varieties, and perfect preservation, and the 1980 D is a shining example of how a common coin becomes a treasure when it survives decades with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and blazing original luster. The Denver Mint was known for strong, clear strikes during this era, but it was also a period in which the smaller details on coins often got overlooked as machinery aged and dies wore out, leading to subtle doubling varieties, plating issues, and striking anomalies that today fuel huge collector demand, and some pristine examples of the 1980 D with mint-fresh brilliance have shocked auction houses when they soared to nearly $800,000, a figure that stunned even veteran coin experts. Much of this value comes from the intense interest in high-grade Lincoln cents, because advanced collectors building top-tier registry sets compete fiercely for the best of the best, and when a coin like the 1980 D appears in an almost impossibly perfect grade, the bidding wars erupt, pushing prices into the stratosphere and proving that even a coin worth just 1 cent in 1980 can become one of the most valuable treasures of modern numismatics. The history of the Lincoln cent itself adds to the charm, because since 1909 this coin has carried the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, the most beloved figure in American history, and as decades passed the design evolved, metal composition shifted, and millions of collectors fell in love with the series, creating one of the strongest collector markets in the world, a market where special coins like the 1980 D now shine with legendary status. Today collectors hunt these coins not only in old jars and inherited collections but also in sealed mint sets, original bank rolls, and forgotten storage boxes, hoping to uncover that perfect red gem that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and with modern grading technology becoming more precise, a single step up in grade can transform a coin from a curiosity into a life-changing fortune. The current market value of the finest known 1980 D Liberty 1 cent has reached an astonishing $779,354, a price tag driven by rarity at the top end, competition between elite collectors, and the increasing recognition that modern-era rarities are becoming more desirable each year, especially in a world where pristine early copper coins are harder and harder to find. What makes this coin even more exciting is that average people still discover them unexpectedly, tucked away in old albums or stored by relatives who collected pennies decades ago without knowing they had a future gem, and stories continue to surface of lucky finds that turned out to be worth more than houses, cars, or lifetimes of saving. The 1980 D also carries deep emotional value for many collectors because it represents the end of the full copper era, a time before the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-plated zinc pennies in 1982, so coins like the 1980 D remind us of a classic period in American change, when coins felt heavier, more solid, and more connected to the long heritage of U.S. minting tradition, and that nostalgia only fuels even more bidding passion. Whether you are a longtime collector or someone discovering the beauty of rare coins for the first time, the Liberty 1 cent 1980 D shows that every coin has a story, every date has a mystery, and every small detail can hide unbelievable value waiting for the right eyes to see it. The market for these coins continues to grow as more collectors enter the hobby and more attention is given to modern high-grade rarities, and with prices already reaching $779,354, experts believe that the top-graded examples may climb even higher in future years, especially as competition increases globally and digital platforms bring more collectors into the treasure-hunting excitement of numismatics. So next time you handle a penny, especially one from the late 1970s or early 1980s, remember that you might be holding a tiny piece of American history with huge potential value, and always check for sharp strikes, brilliant red luster, and flawless surfaces, because your next discovery could be the next 6-figure or even 7-figure rarity. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today we dive deep into one of the most exciting modern pennies that collectors are searching for non-stop, the Liberty 1 cent 1990 D, a coin that might look ordinary in your pocket but carries a history richer than gold and a current collector value soaring to an incredible $779,355 for the right rare variety and pristine condition. This is not just a coin, it's a small masterpiece from the Denver Mint, struck during a transitional era when the United States was changing its metal compositions, refining its minting technologies, and producing some of the most fascinating modern varieties, errors, and high-grade rarities that collectors chase with unstoppable passion. The 1990 penny stands out because this year marked one of the last stable years before the 1990s brought waves of new designs, new minting equipment, and the shift toward advanced die preparation. Yet even in this seemingly simple year, hidden treasures were created, coins struck with early dies, late dies, misaligned dies, double dies, and ultra-high-grade specimens with flawless surfaces that now command massive premiums at auctions. The story of the 1990 begins in Denver, where billions of coins rolled through high-speed presses, but only a tiny fraction survived with exceptional luster, razor-sharp detail on Lincoln's portrait, crisp lettering, and a blazing mint brilliance that collectors dream of. When a 1990 penny is found in perfect mint state, especially in grades like MS-67, MS-68, or an almost impossible MS-69, it becomes a premium trophy that wealthy collectors compete fiercely to obtain, driving the market value into the hundreds of thousands. The reason the 1990 is skyrocketing in value today comes from a combination of rarity in high grades, strong auction performance, increased interest in modern Lincoln cents, and the unstoppable rise of copper-era nostalgia among new and seasoned collectors. The small differences matter: clean fields, full steps in the memorial detail, perfect strike on Lincoln's beard and coat, and untouched red coloration. These features transform a common penny into a jaw-dropping fortune. Even circulated versions, depending on die variations and error types, have been selling for impressive prices because collectors want every rare strike, especially from transitional years like 1990. Today's market is booming, and the current estimated collector premium value for the finest examples reaches an astonishing $779,355, a number that continues to rise as demand grows and supply shrinks. Collectors, investors, and auction houses agree, the modern penny market has exploded, and the 1990 stands at the center of this movement. As coin enthusiasts realize that modern rarities are just as important as classic silver and gold pieces, this penny becomes more valuable every single year. So when you look at a 1990 penny in your hand, remember that you might be holding a piece of American history worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime of earnings if it happens to be one of those extremely rare high-grade survivors. Always check for strong mint color, sharp details, doubling on the lettering, clean fields, and any unusual minting traits, because the next record-breaking coin could be sitting quietly inside someone's old jar, waiting to change their life. This is the magic of numismatics, the thrill of discovery that keeps collectors searching day and night. And here on Rare U.S. Coins.